We are currently up in the air right now. It is pretty sturdy, I would say. Maybe. But she ain't tilting anyway. Let's get her outside. Welcome back to day 6 of working on the rig. This is probably actually day 10 of us from not filming. As you can see, we have the motor out, transmission. Man, the transfer case, all that is out. Today, we'll be working on getting the wiring, emergency brake, and the cab off of the chassis. Stay tuned and enjoy. So right now, we are gonna go grab the skid loader and jump a truck because the truck is to the point that the gauges won't even turn on. We're gonna go do that, load the skid loader, and come back, and we will start working on the truck as normal. And then we will try to get to the fun on lifting the cab and not dropping it off the forks. February, let's go. And we're like at a high of 55 for the last week. It's been pretty nice. Kind of sucks at the same time though. Used to having 5+ feet still in February, and we got nothing on the valley floors. As you can see, Dev, show them our awesome valley of no snow that's typically under 5 feet of snow. Need to get this little Ranger some tint. She's like a fishbowl.
Oh yeah.
Tint and a better radio.
Bro, dude, like what's up with this rig?
Let's dance, Mickey.
Oh hell no.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's horrible. In the valley, it doesn't pull up any, it doesn't get enough satellite or service, whatever it runs off of. So everything's staticky through the speakers. You go downtown and it works like a charm. There's no issues with it. There's no static, there's nothing. But hey, she drove to base on a tank all week, so.
Yeah, definitely wish upon that one for sure. I do not have that luxury. I fill up probably once every like week and a half. $120 every time.
When we went snowmobiling, just the drive up, I filled up in the valley, drove up to Monty, and drove back home, and it took a quarter tank of gas with the sled on the bed. I drove home, and I was in between 1/2 and 3/4 of a tank.
That's nuts.
And I was like, yeah, that sucks. We're filling up. And then the first day of driving it to base and back, base, home, and grocery shopping, it went through a quarter tank, or it went through basically a quarter tank of fuel. And I was like, this is stupid. Mother trucker. Okay, let's get the box. Walk over here. Oh my god, that's heavy as hell. And in the mud we go. Up in here. Heavy. On our corroded as hell battery. Ain't nothing like a little green action. in this battery.
Why you have that face,
Bro. I didn't want that to happen. Kind of scared the shit out of me. Actually, that really scared me. That like actually really scared the shit out of me. Watch out. We're good there. Wasn't planning on that plow moving. That scared the absolutely living crap out of me. We're gonna see if this hog will start now. First crank over in the last hour and a half. Ford Ranger and the jump box down for the job. Don't know anyone else better for it. We are now gonna pop up the plow, hook up to the trailer, pull forward and load the skid loader after we get the jump box off so we don't make a mess there. Take two. It turned off on us. Jump over the mud. Screwed the pooch on that one. We're gonna have to wait a minute. Let her start up. We're gonna swap the battery box over just to maybe get it on the main battery. Walk around so I won't have to walk in the mucky mud. This absolutely sucks. Probably my least favorite thing to do is sitting and jumping trucks. Not hard to do, just time consuming, annoying, especially when the truck doesn't have any issues when you take the plow off of it. But it's winter. We planned on having a winter, so the plow's sitting on the truck currently. 12 volts. Everything cycled. Let's shoot again. Take three. Pulling the Ranger back over and jumping it again. Not what we wanted to do or hear, but it's what's gotta happen. Back to trusty old Ranger. We'll flip around and we will pull up next to the Ford. This is nice to be able to hang out in a t-shirt. Not in a t-shirt, but freaking sick to be in a t-shirt in February. We are on our way now back home with the skid loader. We get to enjoy a little bit of construction traffic on our way home. Other than that, we are free bound to go work on the truck now, 3 hours later into this adventure with the 6.0 not starting. And plan was to start working on this at what, 9 o'clock? It's now 1 o'clock and we're finally getting back to where we can work on the truck. So let's get back to it. Let's see you in there. So pretty much all we got to do to clean up majority of the wiring up in that front is pull this whole harness into the cab itself. So that way we don't have any of my important wiring sitting out in the weather while this cab sits outside in the gravel pit apart. So that way, potentially when we get the parts truck, if I don't use the stuff off the parts truck, I can still have this stuff and use it if it's still good at that point. Fingers crossed it won't, nothing will go wrong with it as it sits. We're not hoping to have it that torn apart that long that it will get deteriorated and breaking apart, but it's an old Dodge. Everyone knows it's gonna fall apart and break at some point.
Honestly, dude, best dash ever right there. Fucking Bluetooth, solid.
Yeah, no worries.
You ain't gotta worry about cracking or nothing.
Best luck possible. Also number one steering column. Just kidding, that's been loosened. We're gonna get the hood off of the roof of the truck so we can actually pull the cab off eventually, so we're not making more damage than needed. So let's get this ready to go off. Do a little shimmy all the way around the truck. And our amazing camera guy, our block of wood. Should hand in this block of wood because we are going to pull it off with us. One out of 10 recommend doing it this way. It is a lot harder than you need to be. Okay. Let's now try to get this off the chassis without falling. That's gonna be the biggest challenge.
It's alright, dude. You can dig it up.
Yeah, it's not getting reused. We're using a new cab. Show them the rockers. They're non-existent. Bluetooth. Second best out there.
Slap, slap, clap, 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 slap.
Why is that though?
Because we bought it from my neighbor. And
So-
it just sat in the field dead. 5 years.
So that's what this cab right here is for right here?
Yeah, that cab is replacing this cab. We bought it Mother's Day of 2025, and I've just had it sitting here. I have it completely torn apart. Nothing's in that sucker at all. Besides sand and parts. There's just sand and parts. The only little problem corner is right there. But right now, it's pretty clean cab. It's just full of parts right now. On my custom little cab holder. Don't recommend it doing it that way either. Pretty non-necessary. Okay. So, evaluate what I gotta yank through.
Blind and autistic.
Okay, I'm gonna pull the windshield wipers off, get them out of the way. Grab some tools. Windshield wipers aren't tricky if you know how to do them the first time. I didn't know how to do them the first time, so I broke them. It again. Oh, no, I didn't break it. I just bent it a little bit. Throw that in our trusty Bluetooth motor, our box motor. Do this side, and then we can pull this cowl off and start working on unwiring the motor and everything in that. Have a fear of these windshield wipers smacking me in the face. Oh, way too big.
That's what she said.
Never had a problem with that though. We'll probably make our way back to the toolbox 6 or 7 times before we actually find the right part or tool. Man, oh my gosh, there's more wasp nests in this sucker, Dev. Oh my gosh. Those suckers are big. I'm a little wondering why I got wasps flying out of my truck all summer long. I guess that's why. Oh well, I'm not using those again. Dude, look at those wasp nests all in there.
Where are they at?
All in this cow. There's one. my hand stuck. There's 2. Three, 4. Here's the fifth. 5. 6. So there's 6 of them in there. So when I bought this truck, the door jambs had over 20 wasp nests sitting in it when I bought it. All active wasp nests. Obviously, they've been terminated. No longer living with us. So least of our issues. Would have been a nightmare if they were still alive. Would have been a bad deal for me. But okay. Without further ado, we are going to try to wipe out this harness and get it pulled into the truck. We are currently up in the air right now. It is pretty sturdy, I would say. Maybe. But she ain't tilting anyway. Let's get her outside. All right, so we got the cab off now. It's on jacks. To give you a little rundown of what the plan is for this truck, we plan on doing a full 4-link on airbags. If y'all comment down on recommending what we should do, airbags or suspension. Probably got a solid plan, got an idea of what I want to do, but let's see your opinion. Another thing, we got the whole new cab and bed. The bed is sitting outside. But with that being said, we are going to repaint, redo both the bed and cab. We're going to do the whole frame, strip it down, powder coat it, powder coat axles, obviously powder coating that 4-link. But we're going to do that. We are trying to get a parts truck right now, to hopefully a 2002 that has the disc rear axles, and then get one that has the fully loaded interior. So then we can have a fully loaded package truck.